If you look at B3313 on romhacking.com, it defines 100% completion as 140 stars. By SM64romhacks.com's definition, it is 144. So how did this guy get 145? Course 12 is unique in that it does not contain enough coins to spawn the 100 coin star by regular means. And therefore it's excluded from 100% completion. However, it is still possible to collect via a lengthy period of coin cloning at Vanilla Tall Mountain. One of the first oddities players reported was how many MIPS stars were in the game. As there is a MIPS in Mario Can't Remember who does not despawn after collecting the star, I quickly had a theory and advised other players of my suspicions, which were later confirmed. It has to do with how MIPS spawns. In SM64, the first MIPS appears at 15 stars and stays there until you collect his star. This star acts as a flag that despawns the first MIPS and prevents the second MIPS spawning, even if you have the necessary 50 stars. When a MIPS is placed in a level, he will give you a different star, and this is why MIPS does not despawn in Mario Can't Remember. In B3313, if you collect the MIPS star in the overworld, there are MIPS in other areas that will also despawn. It is these MIPS that hold several stars that can't be obtained by other methods. This whole situation is complicated by pressing the yellow cap switch, which gives you a star that works as a despawn flag for MIPS. So if you want to get these stars, follow these steps. Don't press the yellow switch. When you have 15 stars, avoid catching MIPS in the Uncanny Courtyard or the Vanilla Basement until you have caught MIPS in the Crimson Hallway and Rainbow Highway. When you have 50 stars, follow the same steps and visit MIPS again. If you want to know which MIPS you've caught, MIPS 2 says, "Oh, let me go." On the 13th of December 2021, Primarina discovered that the Vanilla Star breathtaking view from the bridge in Tall Mountain was collectible after beating the game and watching the ending cutscene. This became known as the credits glitch. However, there's one major problem with that description. Super Mario 64 does not actually set any flags for completing the game. Whatever caused the star to spawn is not specific to beating the game. Being able to collect it after the ending is a coincidence. So, what was happening? On the 12th of January 2022, April discovered the star had spawned prior to them beating the game.
And also, I believe the waterfall star is the one you need the credits glitch for?
I got a waterfall star. There was a star in the waterfall.
No, there wasn't.
There was for me.
Why the fuck? Why the fuck?
I suspected it had something to do with acts. B3313 does not have an act selection screen, so the entire game should take place on Act 0. The star itself is set to not spawn on any act. However, when April tested changing the level to Act 1, they discovered the star did indeed spawn. So now we had a working theory. The end cutscene takes place in Act 1, and because you die and respawn instead of reaching the end cake screen and having to reset your file, you remain on Act 1. All we had to do was work out what had set April's game to Act 1. Kevin856 suggested it might have something to do with the demos that play on the Mario head screen. But B3313 doesn't have demos. Nevertheless, April waited on the Mario head screen for when the demo would normally start playing and entered the game. To our amazement, the 144th star had actually spawned. Attempting it again on a new file confirmed it. So, ladies and gentlemen, and NBs of all ages, allow me to explain how to collect B3313's final personalized star. Start the game. Wait for 39 seconds on the Mario head screen, or until Mario falls asleep and you hear him scream no! For the second time. No! Then quickly proceed as normal. You will now be on Act 1 until you reset the game. Many thanks to Primarina, April, and The Greatest Roman for their work documenting these stars. I've got a lot more cool ROM hack stuff to share with you guys over the next year. So make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any of it.